Hi, welcome to this introductory experience. I'm Molly Tipping, and we're going to be lying down on our backs today. So find some space, clear away anything that might be on the floor, and lay down a mat or a rug. You might also like to get some pillows or fold up a towel so that you can place something underneath the back of your head. As you're lying down, you want to feel that you're comfortable lying on the floor. If you put something underneath your head and you feel like you need a little bit more padding, just grab something else. You want to feel like your head can rest comfortably on the floor, so the neck muscles and the shoulder muscles and the muscles around the jaw can be nice and easy. You'll also find once your head is in a comfortable position, your breathing will get easier. We're going to lie down with the legs long, but if you would like to bend them, please bend them. Have your legs down long on the floor and your arms beside you. If you've got a belt or you've got a pair of glasses on, you might like to take them off so you feel really comfortable. Your legs can be as close or as far away from each other as you like. And if having your arms down beside you isn't so comfortable, you can of course bend them up and place them on your tummy. So you're just making yourself comfortable, taking these few minutes to settle in so you are ready. When we come to lie down on our backs, what we notice is that actually we sense the ground. Can you feel as you're lying here that there's this sense of support from the ground? Sometimes it's a total relief to lie down on the floor. If we've been busy, sometimes just simply lying down on our backs is all we need to do. Feeling the ground, that the nervous system gets this really clear picture of the whole of us, the weight of us resting on the floor, can simply sometimes be all that we need to start that process of quietening the nervous system. So let yourself settle in. Sense the places where you give up the holding, the muscular effort in your body. And you feel that sense of relief as you allow yourself to meet the surface and yield. Notice the places in your body where you are willing to meet the ground, where you settle into the ground very, very easily. And notice the places in your body where you're holding a bit of tension. You don't feel yet ready to let that tension go. Or maybe you would like to let the tension go, but something in the nervous system and the muscles is not yet ready. And that's absolutely okay. Noticing where we're willing and unwilling to yield. And just get a sense as you're lying here of your breath. How easy is it to breathe? Start to scan along the whole back of your body from your heels or your feet if they're on the floor with your knees bent. Scan from your feet all the way through your legs to your pelvis, to your bottom. And sense where the weight is. Maybe it's a little bit to one side. Maybe the weight is quite heavy in the pelvis. Maybe one leg feels heavier, like it's pressing a little bit more into the floor. And then start to scan up through your back, your chest, and your shoulders. Just noticing how are you resting on the floor around your back, around your chest and your shoulders. Maybe you're leaning a little bit into one side. Maybe you feel one shoulder is pressing a little bit or lifting a bit from the floor. And just notice your arms and your hands, how they are resting on the floor or on you. Maybe one hand is turned a little bit one way compared to the other. Continue scanning up through your shoulders, to your neck, and to your head. Noticing the weight of your head. Perhaps noticing that the head is turned very slightly one way compared to the other. Perhaps you feel that you're kind of leaning a little bit into one side. It was almost as if you're tipping off the earth. Or that there's this kind of snaking pressure that runs from one heel to the other side of the pelvis, to one side of the chest, to the other side of the head. Get a sense of the whole imprint that you are making. You could imagine that you're lying in the sand and you leave an imprint behind. Or that you're lying on a kind of giant foot pad that gives you a sense of the impression of weight through red and orange and green and blue colorings, with red being heavy and blue being light. You could imagine yourself as a kind of stamp. What sort of signature stamp would you leave on a piece of paper if you were lying on a big piece of paper? Bend up your legs and bring your feet up so the soles of the feet are on the floor and your knees are bent. Please have your feet wherever is comfortable, so they don't need to be close or far away in an ideal position, but more in a comfortable position, whatever you would like to do with your legs. And just notice your bottom. Can you get a sense that your bottom is leaning a little bit to one side? And just start to roll your pelvis a little bit towards one side, and then back, and then to the other side. So you're rolling a bit left and right. And just notice as you roll your bottom, maybe your legs move a little bit from left to right, but keep the legs more or less toward the ceiling, so it's not a big flopping movement with the knees. You have control of your legs, and they might go a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right, but it's just a gentle movement of the legs. Notice your belly, your spine, your chest. Do these parts of you move as your pelvis and legs move? When would you want to breathe in or breathe out? Notice if you feel like your neck or your head start to move. And could you gently allow the head to join in with the movement of the pelvis? Maybe your head follows the pelvis and goes the same way as the pelvis. Or maybe it goes the opposite way. Just allow your head to do whatever it feels is comfortable. You might move your arms because you think, actually, no, where they are is not so comfortable anymore now that I'm moving, and you just put them in a different place. You might change your legs to make them closer or further away. But start to roll your head and your pelvis, allowing your belly and your back and your chest to move in concert. And again, we're just moving in a way that we sense the body, we sense the ground, we sense our breathing, and really just feel the weight of ourselves, making the movements gentle, enjoyable. that it's almost as if we move in order to kind of elicit the feelings we want in our bodies. So if I move really fast and furiously, I'm going to get a feeling from that. And if I move really gently and slowly, a feeling will emerge from that as well. If you were taking your head and pelvis opposite, can you please start to take them in the same direction? And you make the movement small enough that you don't feel like you're falling or you don't feel like you're having to hold your breath. If your head and pelvis were going in the same direction, see what it's like to take them opposite. And find the rhythm of the movement, the size of the movement that feels good. You move like this and you go, it feels so nice to just let my body sway, turn, and roll. Feeling as if you were kind of painting the floor with your bottom and your back and your head. The next time that you come back to the middle, take a pause and let your legs slide down long and take a little rest. This movement that we've done is really, really simple. And really what we're doing in Feldenkrais is we're doing small, simple movements, giving the nervous system an opportunity to slow down, but also to get rid of habitual tension. You might find after lying down now that actually you have less tension lying on the floor. Those simple movements of rolling the head and pelvis has allowed for muscles to relax, and now you can be more comfortable here. Sometimes it's amazing how little we need to do to calm the nervous system, to feel the ground beneath us, to unlock those habitual tension patterns. Bend your legs, bring your feet up again so you can have your feet wherever is comfortable, near your bottom, near each other, close or wide. And this time, take your arms straight out to the side. So you're going to be making a kind of cross with your head, chest and pelvis making one line, we might call it a vertical line even though we're not standing up. And then we've got a horizontal line for the arms. So you're making this kind of T shape with your arms and with your body. Start to roll your pelvis and your head in whichever way it is that is comfortable. If you like going the same or you like doing opposite, just start to really trust how it is your body enjoys moving. Feeling the breath is easy, the shoulders, the eyes and the jaw easy. And you're just doing a small, gentle movement. Just notice how your arms gently pull and push as you move your head, your chest and your pelvis. Can you feel the arms very gently? One reaching, one pulling a little bit. Come back to resting in the middle and turn one palm upward and one palm downward. And then start to roll the palms or change them. So whichever palm was up is now going to become down, and whichever palm was down, you're going to roll to turn it up. So you're just going to roll the arms. So one palm goes down and one palm goes up. You feel that movement through your chest and your shoulders. And just allow your head to start turning to look toward one arm as you make one of those turns. And then you change, so you look to the other hand, the other arm. So you might be looking to the upturning hand on the right, and then you turn to look to the upturning hand on the left. Or you might be looking to the downturning hand. Allow your pelvis to join in, however it is that feels comfortable. So your head and your pelvis are turning, and your arms are turning, one palm up and one down, and they change. Just find a comfortable rhythm of movement, allowing the whole of your body to find a harmony, to find a rhythm and a pace and a quality of movement that just feels good, that you recognize when you move like this, it just feels lovely in your body. You can adjust your legs, you can adjust your arms, you can change any little pieces to make it even better. But as you continue this movement, can you change just one element? So if you were looking to the upturned arm, maybe start looking to the downturned arm. Or if your head and pelvis were opposite, see what it's like to take them together. But keep looking to the arm that you were looking at. And just see what it's like to do a slight variation on this movement. Keeping the movement really enjoyable, that it feels good, even though it might feel a little bit unusual because you didn't choose this variation. You can still find pleasure, you can still find comfort in the way that you move. Beautiful. And then come back to how you first enjoyed the movement. Feeling the breath and the eyes and the mouth at ease. Feeling how you really yield and soften into the floor. Maybe you use your feet and your legs to support this movement. But there's something that emerges in the repeating of the movement where it actually just gets easier, more comfortable, more enjoyable. The next time that you come back through the middle, let your arms, your legs, they come to rest. And just notice as you lie here, how you feel resting on the floor. Can you sense the level of comfort in your body? But also the feeling of comfort emotionally. Is there a calm, a quiet, a tender feeling that is emerging? Can you feel that in this unwinding movement, that you've unwound some of the stresses and the tensions in the body? Bend your legs and bring your feet up again, and this time just roll a little bit to one side and slowly keep rolling to one side, coming up to sit. If you know that you're someone who likes to take a little bit more time to make that excursion from lying to standing, you can sit for a moment and move a little bit in sitting, allow the blood to, find its way where it needs to go. But eventually find yourself coming up to standing. And then you can get a sense of how you're standing on your feet after you've done that unwinding movement. Sometimes after a little Feldenkrais exploration, we can feel more grounded. We feel like the tension in the shoulders and the chest and the neck and the jaw, it lets go, and then the weight can come down into the belly and the pelvis and the legs, and we feel our feet settling on the floor in a way that just feels good, feels stable, feels calm, steady. Maybe you feel light, like there's this kind of gentle sway through the chest. Your eyes and your shoulders feel easy. Maybe there's a tingling feeling in your body. Maybe you feel heavy and light at the same time. Take a little walk and sense in this feeling the emotional feeling as well. The contented, calm, tender feeling. The quiet feeling. Maybe the space looks different. Maybe light, reflecting shadow or color catches your eyes. Maybe you feel more hopeful. May you take this gentle, unwinding feeling with you for the rest of the day. Or maybe you take this gentle, unwinding feeling off for a rest or a sleep.